I saw that. Does that mean we're on when it says the light's on? Why aren't we on the thing? Royal Palm Beach Strikers soccer monthly board meeting, April 16th, 2024. Please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Call to order, 6:30 p.m. Roll call, Fernando Casal. Vanessa Donadio. Here. Corinne Witt.
Here.
Myself, Mail Hassan. We should be joined by Amanda Lamb and Village Liaison Shinoy Ragaraj, I believe. And that's it. And Amy Santiago, our treasurer. And Village Liaison Brandon Pendergrass is also present. Reading and approval of previous month's minutes. We will have to wait on that until those are brought to the meeting. President's report. We are about the midway point, a little past the midway point for the recreation season.
3 more weeks left.
3 weeks left. Everything seems to be going smooth with the exception of a couple of incidents, which we'll talk about a little later. Treasurer's report, we will wait on that until our treasurer, who's running behind schedule, gets here. That's it. Any open comments from membership regarding the recreation program? Okay, unfinished business. Spring season is rolling along. Just wanted to confirm that the playoffs begin April 27th.
Well, we're going to have 2 games April 23rd for the U10s.
Okay, the weekend.
We need to have the last 2 seats for the quarterfinals.
All right.
So that's going to be on Tuesday next week.
All right.
After that, we're going to have full playoff on the 27th. And then we're going to have the semifinals on May, I think it's May 7th.
Okay.
We're going to have U10 boys, U12, 14s, and 19s. And everybody's going to play the last day, the 11th.
All right, so May 11th will be the last day of the recreation season. Makeup pictures. Do we have any makeup pictures scheduled for the recreation? Is that for recreation or everybody?
For everybody.
For everybody.
I sent an email yesterday morning asking all the rec teams, all the divisions, just in case somebody missing the pictures, and I have only response for one coach.
All right, and what about competitive teams?
Amanda did send it out, and there was only a couple that we're going to be doing. The CDP team's doing it tonight, and whoever missed their individuals, if they wanted to come out and do any retakes.
And then after that, we're not doing any pictures?
Dominic was the other coach.
Dominic, yes, but
Yeah.
Dominic already,
He already had the
he
schedule.
already know, so I don't need to be worried about that.
Yeah.
I mean, we only had about like 4 comp teams, 5 comp teams.
Yeah, but remember, Mel, the comp team, they take pictures the last season.
Yeah, they normally take it in the beginning. It was just the ones that weren't able to do it in this.
Gotcha.
In the fall, they do in the spring, yeah.
All righty. All righty, board presence at the rec games on Saturday. It's nice seeing more people out there. It's definitely comes in handy. Again, it lets people see the people who are on the board, and it also keeps all of the board members kind of in touch with what's going on, which is nice, and that eventually makes things easier for us to operate. Amanda Lamb is present. Howdy, Amanda. Coaches versus refs game, April 26th. That is a Friday night before the first big Saturday of playoffs. Do you want to put a maximum on roster size?
11 players.
Well,
That's what I have. How many you have? 35?
no, I haven't asked or picked anybody.
Listen.
I mean, I'm not concerned. It's not like we're going to lose, so it doesn't really matter who's showing up.
Listen, remember, it still is one more weekend away, so
I was
you're
actually,
gonna see a lot of Brazilian referees this week.
all right, I was actually,
Rafael is gonna be there.
I was actually thinking of maybe playing 7v11, so you guys have an opportunity. But, did you want to put a max on it? Just because I don't want to get overwhelmed with people saying they want to play. If I have a max,
Problem, you're gonna have that kind of problem.
well, that's what I'm saying. So I don't, did you just say, you said 17 is the max? Okay, so Fernando proposes 17 players so that I can tell the coaches Fernando doesn't want more than 17 players on the team. 17 players per Fernando. All righty.
All rec coaches, okay?
All right.
Be sure not to compare coaches like that.
So then this way I have something to go back and tell them why I can't take the entire league.
Did you want the concession to be open that night too?
We were talking about that, full or mini or what?
I mean, if we
listen,
can find somebody
Last
to
time,
do
there's
it.
a lot of people there.
Yeah.
I thought Sandy said she could. Didn't she say she could?
She said, I believe she said she could, but she was asking whether or not it would be full, like with grilling and everything.
I would say, yeah, I mean, because
I mean,
people
it's
can
Friday
then just
night.
get their
People
dinner, go sit.
People don't
and-
need to, a restaurant after.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
Need somebody else.
so then let's let,
Amy knows
You
so
know,
she can
Amy-
make sure Sandy and Tina. Then
Yeah.
You can go
I
and
have
watch.
softball game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, book.
I can go before or after.
all righty, anything else? All righty, new business.
Well, now, of course, depending on how many referees I have, that's the field that we're gonna use.
Which one? What field?
9 or field 1, whatever.
All right.
No, two.
That was nice how we had it.
Two, really? You wanna?
You don't want to do it on field 3 like we did last year? It was kind of nice and small.
Field 4?
Yeah, you said 1 and 2.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking about U12.
Yeah, it's just nicer. This way nobody passes out or anything.
We can do a field 3.
All right. New business. Dave Corson, who's been a board member with us for a number of years, has decided to step down, and his position is vacated. Dave, for those of you not familiar with Dave, which everybody is familiar with him, Dave has been very instrumental for, I'd say, the last decade, being a part of the board. Our logo was, he took the time to sit down with me, and he was the labor of the logo. So he will forever be remembered every time somebody looks at that logo, or at least every time I look at that logo. So I just want to personally say thank you to Dave for everything that he's put into this. He will continue coaching with the program, and he would actually like to be given some type of role that he'd be able to perform on the field. And I have a couple of ideas that I was going to talk to him about. But again, I just wanted to say thank you to him, and it's going to be weird not see it. Well, I guess not. I can't say that. Probably going to see him more now. Actually, I'm probably going to end up seeing him more now. So with the vacated position, and since this is our AGM, we're approaching our AGM actually, I'd like to nominate Rose Wilson, who's been a member of our program for, 13 years?
Since Josh
So for 13 years, her son Josh is going to be aging out of the program, and she would like to give back to the program in any way that she could. She states that she's got nothing but time now and would like to get involved. And I think she'd be a perfect addition to the board. So again, I would like to nominate Rose to fill that vacated position.
I second that nomination.
All righty, Rose will be an official nominee for next month's meeting. Also, Vanessa and Amanda are also up for re-election, or should I say, let me say, how do I say this properly? The vice president position, the secretary position will be up for election next month. With that being said, I would like to nominate both Vanessa to continue her vice president position and Amanda so that she can continue her secretary position. If you two are willing to accept that nomination, I'd like to put it on the board here for everybody.
I accept.
I accept. We
And
need to.
now,
Motion.
so now you're going to have to make an emotion.
And I'll
You're gonna
second.
have to second it.
I make an motion to accept the nominees for vice president and secretary.
I second that motion.
All right, Vanessa Donadio is officially has been nominated for the vice president position, and Amanda Lamb has officially been nominated for the secretary position. Forward evaluations, new business for the rec program. Fernando and I were discussing this the other day, and he had said what we should do, since it's so difficult getting proper evaluations for everybody, and there's too many kids in the program to actually do that. Let's go ahead and, have the coaches at the end of the season basically give us the top 2 kids on their team. That's easy enough. It doesn't require too much work on their part. And we would ask them with the nominations if they would consider those kids that they nominate, rated either 4 or 5s. They would go in a list. So then when we have the creation of the teams next season, those kids can kind of be put to the side, and then they could be distributed equally. That obviously doesn't prevent new kids that enter the program that we don't know anything about. That still could, fall into play. A couple of teams out there this season. I'm seeing a U19 team that is just way too much on that team in the form of talent, and probably a U12 team or 2 U12 teams that may be a little heavy on there, where it could have been kind of spread out a little bit more. Again, every year we try to get better, and the more balanced we make the teams, I believe the more the program will continue to grow. Does anybody have anything? Actually, let's go back to, okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to shelf the minutes for next month's meeting, and we are shelving the treasurer's report for when our treasurer gets here. She had sent them out earlier. I don't know if everybody had an opportunity to look at them, but we will go over them a little bit more thoroughly when she arrives. That being said, would anybody like to make a motion to adjourn the recreation portion of the board meeting?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the recreation portion of the meeting at 6:44 PM.
I second that.
All right, the recreation portion of the board meeting is adjourned at 6:44 PM, and we will call to order the competitive portion of the board meeting at 6:44 PM also. President's report, DOC report. We are winding down. I had put something out there to teams stating that I didn't want them participating in any tournaments beyond May 12th, I guess. Kind of reconsidering that. And, you know, at the end of the day, if the teams want to go and participate in a tournament after that, that's fine. I'm going to leave it up to the coaches to know their players, returning players, non-returning players, and I would hope that they use good judgment with regards to making those plans. Going to have a coaches meeting tomorrow, and I'll discuss that with them. Treasurer's report we'll wait on. Referee and registrar report, we will wait on or shelf that to next month. Any open comments for membership? All right, unfinished business, the usual referee assignments need to be stepped up. There's some questionable things that I've seen over the last couple of weeks. That can probably be done a little bit better, whether it's the level of refereeing that's brought here or whether it's the assignments per game and how those referees are placed with other referees. But something needs to be maybe polished up a little bit there because some issues. On that note, let's everybody keep in mind when we are out there on the field, everybody up here is a board member. The purpose of us being board members is to help make this program operate as effectively and efficiently as possible. So therefore, it is necessary for us to be discussing issues and concerns amongst each other and or with individuals that may or may not be involved or might have information or whatever the case may be. Outside of board members discussing things amongst each others, nobody has any business to be concerned with how we are dealing with things or discussions that we're having out on the field. And I know there was a situation where a referee, I believe, was trying to get involved with how things were, how things were being operated, which is out of line. So I just want to remind everybody that, that what goes on out there is, we're out there for a reason. Let us help, each other operate the program. Let the referees referee. Let the players play. Let the coaches coach. Everybody has a role out there. PBSL tournament. Let's get a jump on that with the assignments for the volunteer stuff and all that, so that we're ahead of the game on that and we're not scrambling last minute.
I've already sent out an email to the entire competitive club, and they already know that it's coming. So I gave them a heads up last month and again this month. I already have the form up and ready to go, which once the schedule is done, I can blast it and everybody will be able to fill it in.
All right. Brandon, are we, what is the schedule with lining of the fields? How often do they normally do that?
Weekly.
That's a weekly thing?
Yeah.
Boy, they didn't look very visible this past week.
So it may have been this past week. The our guy that normally does the lining, the crew, he is actually in the hospital.
Oh, okay. That would be a good
That may have happened.
That would be a good reason why they didn't look very busy.
It's typically, but it's typically weekly. Weekly every Thursday.
Every Thursday, perfect. All right.
So I'll double check, but I know he's back, so I'll make sure this Thursday they're
All
on.
right. All right. When we're out there, I spend a considerable amount of time identifying and evaluating rec players and coaches that I feel that might be beneficial to the program at the next level. I continue to do that while I'm out there. You know, you guys are more than welcome to participate in that also. The more eyes, you know, the more input, the better. Lot of kids in the program that could play at the next level. I'm really impressed with what we have out there this season. Flyers and social media material and signs. I notice we're already pumping away on social media for the tryouts. Just keep banging away. And
And I made little flyers. Amanda had the girls send it out and walk them around all day Saturday, so those are all done. Amanda's working on more, and so's Diego.
We have signs in concession stand, in the back room of concession stand, but I just need somebody to get them down because they're in the back. So I'll try to do that this Saturday. Tryouts, the tryout signs, the yard signs that we have.
The metal ones.
all right, good.
I just forgot this one.
Good, and I feel like this is the first time that we haven't been scrambling. I mean, it's like the fact that everything's up and operational. Vanessa, awesome job, like coordinating all of that stuff. Thank you to Shinoy for being on top of that stuff. Dave participated with some of that stuff. Diego, Anna, I mean, everybody's really chipped in, and that's what it takes. It takes, you know, what's that village thing they say, whatever it is.
It takes a village.
Everybody helping or something. All right, well, maybe not, I don't know. I thought it takes a
Takes a
village.
village.
It takes the village of Royal Palm Beach.
I'm almost finished getting the new registration ready for Team Snap to be able to throw that out there. Because of the new system, I got a little glitch, so I have support helping me to finish it up.
All right, good, yeah, the sooner the better. Amy, get yourself situated, I guess, over there. Not going to throw her in the fire immediately. Just let us know when you're ready for that. We'll just keep moving forward. You good? All righty. Let's go back to the treasurer's report for the recreation program.
The recreational checking account, beginning balance was $111,953.28, ended with $79,636.63. The savings was $10,679.10, ending $10,679.46.
Make a motion to accept the recreational checking account balance for March at $79,636.63. The savings account balance at the end of March, $10,679.46.
A motion?
Second that motion?
All righty, so the treasurer's report for the competitive program will be accepted and approved, or for the recreation program, accepted and approved for the month of March. And let's go over to the competitive portion, the treasurer's report for the competitive program.
Okay, so competitive checking started with $122,701.41, ended with $119,814.10. The savings was $10,036.75, ending $10,037.09, and the stipends, no change at $4,769.59.
Make a motion to accept the competitive bank balances for the month of March with the checking account balance ending $119,814.10, savings at $10,037.09, and the stipend at $4,769.59.
I second that. I just second motion? No. Me second motion? Okay. I second that motion to accept the competitive portion.
All right, the treasurer's report for the competitive program for the month of March will be accepted or approved and accepted. All righty, jumping back down, new business for the competitive program. So a couple of things and a couple of ideas that we are bouncing around, just kind of like throwing things around, which make, that I'd just like to make official. The season fees for 24-25 season, we're going to bump up to $1,600 for the season. And the reason that's going to be increased is because we've decided for U9 through U12, we will have the conditioning, I don't know what else to call it other than the bra thing. The bra thing with the
Vest.
bra vest, whatever, the vest that you wear across your chest. Whatever.
It's called Player Metrics Vest.
Okay, the Player Metrics vest. I'm going to write this down because I just called it bra. Player Metric vest. All right, so Player Metric vest, which monitors and tracks all of the conditioning and the physical components of the players. That's going to be included in that fee for all U9 through U12 players. And then for full-sided U13 and U19, the Trace video system will be included in that price or that fee for all of those players. In the event that a team wants to utilize both technologies, then that would be handled by a team-by-team basis, like an a la carte type of situation. So that would be the justification of the $1,600 fee, us providing some more tools for the players and technically for the coaches, because they'll be able to monitor
And
the
just to
players
speak
individually
on
and
the
as
Trace, what's included with the Trace is that they will be able to download all of their performance plays. It's called a Player Metrics new system where they will no longer have to take those little tracers and put it in their their shin guards or whatever it is. They will all have a little circle, so it's very AI oriented. And as long as the player has their jersey number and their name in there, it will automatically highlight that player when you touch their name.
so they no longer have to wear anything.
No.
That's great.
And a lot of them did not like having to wear them, so this is more upgraded and it's a lot better for them. They can also download everything to give out to scouts or anything. As long as they're not deleted from the system, they will stay in the system forever and be able to send it anywhere they want.
Great. Too bad we can't get rid of the bras.
Yeah.
Make that bra thing different. Looks a little silly, but it's very effective. And I'm sure the kids are going to love wearing them because it creates competitions between each player. 2022 next season's coaches meeting. We're going to have that tomorrow. And what we're going to do is, I believe Diego's going to come out there with his camera, and we're going to take pictures of the competitive coaches so we can get them up on the website. I have already made the coaching assignments for next season, obviously subject to change, but a tentative coaching assignment has already been put up on the website, and it'll be published on the website as soon as those pictures get taken and uploaded on there also. I'll also be having the coaches update their bios And I just want everything as up-to-date as possible, so that we can have a good-looking staff.
When is the meeting?
I'm not sure if I even got a room or not. Did I ask for a room for tomorrow? Okay, hey, can I get a room for tomorrow? Yeah, I'm pretty fortunate that there's something available. 6 o'clock?
And do you want us there?
Would you guys like to do like board member pictures? Have the board members on the website?
I need to get a tan. I did get my nails done, but.
I have a Bible study tomorrow night.
All righty, yeah, you guys don't need to be out there. It's gonna be pretty short anyways, because we have a game right at,
Yeah.
we gotta be out of there like really fast anyways.
I don't know who's scheduled.
Yeah,
That was scheduled at the beginning of the season, thank you.
The VP approved it.
I do my schedule right away. And no changes, so.
all right, so Brandon, so all we would need is just chairs, don't even need a table or anything. Just maybe have like about 15 chairs.
Do you want me to be there so I can talk to the coaches to see if they can help us with the playoff, like we discussed?
I can just say
Or
something.
you wanna go and, or you wanna, because the playoff is gonna be next Tuesday, so.
Yeah, I can just say something. I don't think we're gonna get a good turnout for that anyways, because a lot of them are gonna be,
You know, the competitor, you know, U19, U18s, we need to have something. So somebody try to do something, they're gonna,
well, maybe we should try and concentrate on that. I just don't want to put more pressure on them than is needed. They should be out there as much as possible, at least evaluating the kids, but I'm not sure what schedules are, if games are scheduled for them, who games are scheduled, and then we're saying they need to be out there, and then it's.
oh, but I can take care of that if they agree to be there, you know?
All right, well, who's ever out there? I mean, they should be out there every weekend anyways.
It's only, you know, a couple of them.
Well, I will remind them, and whoever's out there, they can, you know, they can help. They can watch the age group for what they coach at.
Manage, you know? They can pick some players over there just because, you know, you are there watching, they know, the names and all that, they see a play.
They've been, and again, I'm not sure if you guys see them, but there's a handful of out there that come out there every week. So I don't know if you guys have seen them, or, you know, Matt's out there always. You know, John comes out, is constantly doing Prosper. No, that's what I'm saying. You guys don't see, there's a lot of them that come out there. Prosper's out there. Dennis is always out there. Let me go through.
John just had surgery, so he hasn't been out there for a little bit.
No, but he comes out, and nobody recruits more from rec than John. And then he's got all, you know, Amanda and the little girls. I mean, they're everywhere.
Whole team was there on Saturday.
Yeah.
They're passing out
awesome.
flyers.
You know, they're like hours. They were like hours and hours they were up there. Yeah, so, you know,
Just let me know tomorrow
we'll,
if they agree or not. If you know, I need to move in, you know, with the U18 players or 17 players, so they can help me, you know, we can do community hours for them, but we need that. Because I have, you know, 3 or 4 teams that I'm worried they're gonna do something.
it's the same 3 or 4
I understand.
every year. So that's what,
They're
but.
gonna forfeit the game.
That's why I'm saying, it's like, you know, instead of the he said, she said, I don't want to put people in a position where it's, if there's a board member standing there, it is what it is. Nobody's going to argue with that. If it's a competitive coach, you know, people like, oh, no, he doesn't know this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's an arguable thing. I don't want the coaches having to like go at it with rec coaches. I don't want comm coaches and rec coaches arguing with one another because of it. I would rather, you can argue, you guys are used to arguing with me anyways, continue arguing.
I'll be there
So,
for playoffs and all that.
So we're gonna need at least 4 more members. One each
before.
full-time.
But, and we can, and like I said, we kind of know where we need to be.
What we're talking about, so at the playoff, we wanna keep control of the.
Just to make sure everybody's playing the same amount of time. I didn't put this on the agenda, but I wanted to go over it. We every season, we have a coaches meeting at the beginning of the season, and this is for years. The one topic that is discussed every single season is, not having defenders stay back and not placing kids in front of the goal. And when the ball's in the other end of the field, I expect everybody moving up as a unit. That's how kids develop. This season, for whatever reason, I don't know if I'm just becoming tougher enforcing it or if people are just violating it more. It's caused a lot of problems. And it's like, you know what? I say it's caused a lot of problems. Well, maybe for this year, but I know those problems aren't going to repeat themselves next year because whoever fought this will not be part of the program next season. So I guess that's one of the advantages, of having volunteer coaches. I mean, they can be replaced. Had to stop a game because of that. And, some things were said and drama and hysteria and, the role of the victim and, the usual nonsense when that occurs. So that will not be happening. And what I'd like to do is prior to the playoff games, maybe even telling the coaches before the games, if that is seen during a game, the game will just end right there on the spot, forfeit.
What happened to the free kicks? That didn't work?
Not going to do that because then you're putting the referees in a position where they have to do that, and that's not their job to do.
One of the things I noticed when I was in Auburndale is they had the signs right on the sidelines of every field this year that said the little quote that let the refs ref, let the coaches coach.
Yeah, I
let the
took
players
pictures
play.
of those. I want to get those done.
And they were at every single field, and then.
In the
There was
middle,
another,
no spectator,
Yeah.
just like
We used to
coaches
have
and-
the one that
We
said
used
that
to have
your kid's not going to be playing in the World Cup or something like
Yeah,
that.
but the problem is when we say let the coaches coach, if they're not coaching properly, we really don't want them coaching.
But it was there for,
Yeah.
as a.
Is there,
We had that. Whatever happened to those? We had
I haven't seen them
bunch
since
of
I've
them.
been-
I thought we had a bunch of them.
They're not in the back room, I
No,
know
I
that. 'cause
never,
we
yeah,
cleaned
no.
it up.
We've cleaned it up.
is there a gray area, though, with that defender staying back if the coaches are telling them to move up and the kids are kind of giving them a problem going up or the kids are kind of hanging back?
No, but it shouldn't be an issue. And, I was told by one of the coaches, it's too hard, like having to keep track of 7 players on the field, on a small field. And when I said, I do it on a big field with 11 all the time, and because you're so great, but, hey, of course I was attacked.
Well, their attention is focused on the wrong side of the
And
field,
whatever.
yeah.
And I tried to explain, all it requires is you actually turning your head, hey, come on, push up, and then turning your head back. It's, and then the other one, the last one was, I just don't know what I'm talking about, and, and maybe I've got the whole game figured out right. I can't remember the last time I watched like an international match or like a World Cup game or something where like 4 defenders stood on their own 18 while their team had a corner kick down on the other end of the field. So I just have to pay more attention to the TV, I think, from now on, just to pick up some more
Gotta
things.
go to the Inter Miami games we go to.
Yeah, that's what it was, because I've been excluded, or I've excluded myself, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so, but there's got to be some, and I like the coaching clinic thing this year. I didn't like the fact that there was only like 5 people that showed up. Again, when you're dealing with volunteers, you can't force people to show up. It's their free time they're doing it on.
I think the meeting was really great.
I do
For
too.
the parents. and we need to keep.
Yep, absolutely.
For the clinic, maybe we can have, I don't know, a U18 versus a U17 team, like a little game, and you can stop it and have the coaches.
Well, but the problem is, it's not so much for that as it is for like the little guys. And the little guys, it's just, you want to kind of just show them a lot of these coaches that we get, they know nothing.
They need drills,
So
yeah.
it's just a matter of just showing them just some very basic drills to do with the kids. It's not about kids playing against kids, because technically from like U6, U6 and U8 shouldn't matter. Like the rules of the game and all, you just want kids running around. You want kids to run around. The ball chasing is fine. Let them ball chase.
Can you do like
That's all.
can we make like make it like a game, like you can make like an obstacle course of different drills and have them compete against each other?
Well, Dominic does the little sharks and minnows.
Like between the
Yeah, but
the
that's.
coaches against the coaches and like kind of set up like an obstacle course, but as like the drills, like how they dribble and stuff, and then just
Yeah,
do like from one end to the next, like have them go against
different
each other.
stations and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But again, what's happening is in the younger age groups, winning is so important in U6 and U8. And actually, somebody told me Got Sport Live has standings for U8 and U6.
Didn't we change that? We mentioned that last meeting.
No, it's
No.
not.
This
Oh,
just
no.
came out.
This
That's
is
what I'm
some
saying.
Got
Steve
Sport
just got
Live
this
is showing the standings and the scores. And one of the coaches is saying, oh, that Got Sport Live is awesome. I didn't realize how far out in front we were in the standings. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, I got it. And he shows me, and it shows all the standings, the statistics for U8. And I'm like, yeah, we'll have to look at that because last week.
Yeah, I told you, that's what it was that Steve
It's
just
not,
got.
it's not like
a
a
new
regular,
update.
it's not like our regular just schedule. This is some Got Sport Live that like follows
Do you
things.
put the scores in the God Sport? That's why.
Oh, I can take it out.
Yeah.
I can go tonight and delete all the scores.
Yeah, so the God Sport Live is taking it, and if you have the app,
I'd like to know that though, for our information.
if you have the app, then that's how they're getting it. So they see their team, and then they can see all these
Yeah,
things.
but there's gotta be an option, there's gotta be an option not to publish it.
No, he would have to remove it. He'd have to do it in the back end.
We haven't removed it, we should know it. So if you go to the website, it's no standard.
Yeah.
But that live
Correct,
thing.
but
you're
it's
saying
not
that live
on
is-
they're not seeing it on the website side of it. They're seeing it in the actual Got Sport side.
So maybe there's a way to block it there too, for them.
Yeah, so we got to find out how to hide it, because I don't want the scores deleted, and I want to be able to see the scores
Maybe
and the
it's just not
standings.
visual to anybody other than who has our
Access.
access,
no.
yeah.
No, this was just a,
No, I know, but in God Sport, maybe there's a way to do it to where,
so
It's
that
just-
we
yes.
see, I got what you're saying.
But remember, we block it in God's sport.
obviously not.
But
Well, maybe with the new update,
But whatever it is, it's called Got Sport Live.
Yeah, it's a new update that just came through. That's the email Steve got that I told you that he just got yesterday. He might have just saw the email from it, but
the coaches thing, Mal, would you think about maybe doing like a manual that we can share with the coaches?
Well, I did a curriculum a couple of years back, and I'd like to go over the curriculum more with the coaches. I was like thinking at this clinic, we can, okay, this is what we want with this age group, so here's a couple of drills with this. But when you have 5 people show up, it's tough to get the curriculum out. On the flip side, I'm not going to share the curriculum and hand the curriculum out or publish a curriculum, because then anybody can take it anywhere with them. That's not going to happen. Any club you go to, they don't show their curriculum.
Is there a way that we put it on our website and then they would have access to it as a coach?
Because they
And
can still
then
print
it's
it
the
out.
same thing,
and-
they can print it out, or they leave the club, they go, they take it with them. So, and that's why I want the curriculum. I remember the 1 year or 2 years we actually had during the signing. I don't know if you guys remember that or not. I had the PowerPoint, and I went over the curriculum for every age group in front of everybody on the PowerPoint. You know, if somebody wants to sit there clicking away, let them click away, take pictures and all that stuff, but at least it's not, you know, being handed to them. And, you know, those are the things that we want to accomplish in each age group. What I'm hoping next season, that I'm going to have more of an opportunity and more time to be able to spend with the multiple age groups, where I can go around doing that. As, you know, you figure the hour and a half for a competitive practice, that's actually hitting 30 minutes with each rec team for a practice. You know, that's 6 practices a week, you know, instead of a comp team.
Because
So,
you don't remember, you're gonna coach another team.
well, we'll see. I'm waiting for Steve, because, you know, Steve has to get motivated, you know, for the.
He's fine, but you gotta remember about high school.
So we'll see. Camp, I had spoken about a camp, looking to do a camp, Brandon, June 3rd to June 7th. So if we can hold off on, at least for one of the fields, you know, I don't know how early the maintenance is gonna start. But if we can at least have something available up until June 7th. And I've discussed it with Coach Diego. Coach Diego, we're still debating whether or not Coach Diego does something on his own, or if we have competitive coaches jumping in with him, you know, an hour here, an hour there, whenever people are available, just to give a little different insight for things. But we're going to have to get that put together, like, very quickly. We'll have to get a registration for it, you know, and we'll discuss all that other stuff.
I can do a registration like that through Team Snap too.
All right, because I normally
That way
just
you don't have to
create
pay the
it.
God Sport fees, because you don't
Alright.
really need to have them go through God Sport.
All right, just an easy, yeah, however, if you want to do it on that, that's fine too.
I can do camps, I can do all kinds of
All
different
right.
things, tournament even.
Maybe do that, and that's fine.
Have to give me the specifics, we'll
All right,
discuss it.
I'll talk to you about all that stuff. But other than that, does anybody have anything else? that they
I just
would
want
like
to
add?
ask real quick, so when the village cleans the fields, anything that's left on the field, do they just put it down by the concession stand if they find something? know?
Typically, yeah. If our
Typically?
staff finds
Okay.
it, they
We have some people that, like, lost things, left things, and they always come up on Saturday asking me, you know, I lost this, was it found? So I'm like, well, I'd have to check with the village. If it's not up here, then I wouldn't know.
yeah. So typically, if they find anything out there, they'll put it up by the concession stand.
You have the bathroom guy.
Oh, the boys' bathroom,
No, I had gotten an email.
Urinal?
With you guys, that's what was titled, yeah.
Okay.
some kids got issues, to open it from the inside.
I will say I put a big box together of lost and found this
I always, when everybody asks, I said, well, let's look in the bin, and we look, and of course, whatever they're looking for is not in that bin.
Yeah, no.
So,
Yeah, maybe let's keep all the items like inside the concession stand. Yeah, because that lost and found little bin that sits on the patio there, that's a great place if you need a ball or you need something, and
yeah, we
people
put
think
out-
that's just like a freebie to.
we leave it out during when we're open, just so that,
If
you know,
they-
we're very busy back there, so it's kind of hard to,
We don't have much left anyways. I mean, there's not a lot anymore compared to what we had for.
what we used to have. We used to
Years
have
and
a
years.
couple of boxes, yeah. And then we just give them to Prosper and be like, here,
At the
donate
end, yeah,
them.
when nobody claims it. The Tryouts, I think, are going good registration-wise. We're up to 231
Getting there,
as of today.
there. It's about halfway where we need to be.
Last year, I believe we only had 300 and something, 46, I believe it was total.
Was that was? So we had a good percentage. We retained a considerable amount from ones that attended.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the older groups will take a hit on but I think the
Definitely
younger.
a lot of young this season.
All right, does anybody have anything else?
And then what's up with my container?
Oh, yeah, now it's Vanessa's time.
Well, we saw something out there, and I'm like, is that the storage?
I had it all nice and clean, and now it looks like there's a fridge out there and all kinds of,
It's like an electrical big box that's
That's
in our
that
way.
cage right
Is that
there.
going to be moved in there?
it's just out,
It's out.
just in the middle of
It's freestanding.
It's about 7 or 8 foot tall.
Yeah, it's like between the cage and the mound, and then there's like a bunch of boxes and,
So it's got something to do with. They've been, the contractors in that cage in the tower, they've been working on it for the past couple weeks. So it's probably some equipment that they've been
They're
moving
gonna probably
in, or
move
probably
into
something they're
there?
moving out. But they've,
it's not safe there.
yeah, I have to go check it out, but it's definitely one of that.
I mean, it's literally just out in the middle, and we have and there's like boxes and tarps and all kinds just out, not put away, yeah. And we do have somebody that likes to come, that I believe is homeless, and goes into the bathroom, locks himself in there for a while, and rides his bike. I don't know who he is, but he's there all the time, so I would say, I don't know, leaving that stuff there, I don't think,
The container, two things about it. One, the space, where you wanted, what we were looking at, don't think it'll work back there. So we have to have it grounded in case of a storm or anything. So next spot we're looking at is actually behind, what would it be, Field 2, in the preserve, kind of clearing the area out right there to be able to put it.
Field to like towards the school time,
Towards the
or towards
concession stand.
Crestwood?
Yeah, towards Crestwood. Yeah, on
that side. By Field 2.
That's your net.
some of that,
That's my what?
That'll be the net.
The net, that's the container.
That'll be a great backstop.
What do you mean by net with a container?
Listen, we put,
Instead of having the big net, you have the big container, and the balls can hit the container.
What are you saying to me? I need a visual here.
that's the area we're looking at, being able to put it right now.
So you're gonna clear out some of the woods? Yeah. But you guys told me you couldn't clear out the woods, that it was,
Preservation area.
yeah.
Every day too.
I gave you the
Right,
map.
we wanted to put a park there.
And that's why I want a field over there.
And there's
I learn something different every day. I don't think, now,
Okay, I'm all ears now.
clearing it out to be able to put extra field, because that's something that we've proposed. I don't think that's actually, but enough to be able to get that container in there is a possibility.
Okay, so it's not possible to put the container like where that dirt mound is against the fence?
No, because it kind of slopes down towards the fence, so we need to have it flat, and then we also have to be able to ground it.
But that, if you clear out the sand, it'll be all flat. This,
They'll have to have
Kind
it
of where it
graded.
goes down to the fence.
But
no, they have a crane.
No, but if you go on the sidewalk by the concession and you start walking towards the sand, you notice there's quite a bit of it's quite a bit
drainage,
of a drop.
it's for
Fill it
drainage.
in with the sand that's sitting
Well,
there.
that's the saying, they'd have to grade
But
it.
even without the sand, if the sand wasn't there, it's just that ground is, it's sloped intentionally.
you cannot put the container on top of the sand.
No, you'd have to flatten the sand out.
So those are two options,
Clear
or
some grounds out. Okay,
Potentially.
so can we potentially, excuse me, can we potentially maybe, since we're already gonna be clearing some out, clear some more? Extend, what do you mean, no, Brandon, you were the one who told me it was preservation. I gave you the map, it's not preservation.
That'll help the kids not go into the forest to get their balls too.
Yeah, there's snakes in there.
you know,
Yeah.
I've seen them.
And I've been going in there myself and I don't like it, to get my balls.
No, so they can, and that's what we're looking at. We don't know if we can actually clear out that area. That's what we're looking into now.
You can, because it's not preservation.
Yeah, not sure.
I'm telling you, it's not.
Some species in there, it can't be preservation.
No, it can't be.
Not sure, but that's that was the second option we were looking at, being able to put it there, or we know parking right now is a problem. So we're looking at, hey, you can put it right there in the parking spots, but you're gonna lose what? Maybe 4 or 5 parking spots, which,
No way.
We can just slide the dumpster over and put it,
All right, so just to, and not to get off topic, but just so these things are remembered, would we be able to, should we do it from now? Or like, so prior to May 1st, would we be able to, you know how we had the two U12, we had 2 field number 3s on field 1
yeah, going,
across, and then also 2 number 4s on number 2.
okay,
Alrighty, and then in addition to the field number 4, that is our field number 5 now, if we can also put a field 3 over there with it. So now you're gonna have the 4 little ones, you're gonna have field 3, and then also have, or you're gonna have field 4, and then also field 3
okay.
in there.
We did the same thing last.
Same as last term.
Yeah, so I have it, I should already have the specs for it.
All right, the only difference would be we're adding an extra, so an extra
3?
number 3, number
You have it already inside that, yeah.
U10 over there.
Well, right now we got the U10 for the tournament.
We had both of them over there.
Just remember who paint the field. You need to keep a
Space between?
space for the.
Which was perfect last time.
Because if you know, it's gonna be,
Yeah. It was perfect the last time when we
yes.
checked.
So last time we did was we started it
Yes.
feet off of it. Yeah. All right. But so the back to you about the container, we're just working, trying to figure out the area right now. The area and then the specs, like what we have to do to have it grounded, to be storm rated.
Well, it is already, I mean, it's steel, like it's,
Yeah. No, that part of it, but just to
like for bracing, you mean? Like for
satisfy
the
code.
bracing?
Yeah.
To
like
go
if-
over it?
Do we need to put it on a pad, or are we able to just brace it down with, tie it down on 4
I
sides?
think it's the tie downs with the things for in the ground is what it would probably be the easiest.
Those are the only things we're
And the ground just has to be level, that's all.
Yeah.
It's just flat.
So it looks like we will be able to do it once we get those questions answered and figure out that area, but we will be able to do it.
Can you,
Want to protect it by putting a big net in front of it. That would be great too.
And look, I still got the net down on my plan, but
Is there?
You won't be able to put the net in front of it, though.
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about, or?
Well, the net's really, but then the net is going to be from the ground up, or is it going to be from mid up?
once we find out about this grant, then we'll know more.
Yeah, we're thinking of actually having a beach day at the fields, because we have all the sand already. I mean, it is so bad, Brandon. It's like if we can just hold out for another month here, I mean, we'll be fine. It's bad though.
And
Can you water it more?
the
Increase the water?
it's a tumbleweed.
that actually what we talked to the company about today. So right now the field maintenance is the only thing that we're actually doing with the field is painting them. We actually have a contract out for the field maintenance. So there's actually a company that they actually maintain as far as fertilizing, mowing, everything, Cats and Seminole. So the only thing we do there, and
I have a guy for that if you need it.
yeah,
Yeah, you better
but
get a refund.
so they have control of the irrigation too. So it's one of the things we were looking at.
Yeah, they
It looks dry.
irrigate it more for what they've been doing.
but up in the irrigation.
Like for a fundraiser, we're gonna have like one of those sand art competitions where people come out and they make their little thing.
It's bad. I mean, I left the field on Saturday and from my knee down, my feet were, my
Oh, you
legs were
take your shoes off, it's just black. Yeah.
The last 2 weekends are reffing and field too. And I can tell you, when I go home, I take everything.
You're
My whole
covered.
field is black.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
we were joking around, we had a game on field too a couple of nights ago. And, you know, it just starts to get a little dark and all that stuff, and it was very windy that night. And you just see it, you know, like from the old westerns, and Vanessa sitting there saying, like, we need the tumbleweed. Like an old western. and-
You're probably too young for Bonanza.
Definitely, and that's why soon as it was, the tryouts are done with, we want to work with them to
Right.
get the sod plan because we definitely need a lot of
Like I
residing.
said, we've only got like another month left, though. It's not like, you know, let's, you know, put all this expense into the fields and all that stuff. I mean, it is what it is. We'll try to make of it what we can make of it. You know, I mean, without, you know, we should be, it can't get any, I mean, it can't get any worse. So, I
It's
mean,
also been very dry, so that doesn't help either. We really haven't had a lot of rain.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
it's been dry, but like I said, it's gonna require a lot of work during this closure time to get it, make sure it's back nice, green and grown and good for the fall.
and again, thank you to you and the village for what you guys do to help keep us going. And, I mean, it's nice. Thank you.
Brandon, just one last thing.
She's got a very soft, sweet voice on right now.
When she wants.
Are we more that? Yes, it's going to get approved. I just don't want to lose out on it, so I want to let them know that, yes, it's going to be approved, but to hold it for now. Yes, okay. Thank you.
What would be the lead time on order to delivery?
I think they can deliver it within a week, but I don't want to tell them, you know, yeah, now, but if I have to put a deposit at least down on it, so I don't lose that specific one.
Okay.
You know, I just want to make sure,
All right.
you know, because if it's not, I don't want them to hold it and be
Yeah.
like, you know, screw you.
I wanted to make sure too, so if I told them like, hey, look, if they ordered it, you know, it could be here within a week,
Yeah,
so we know kind of.
and they deliver it, they do the crane, they do everything, so it's not like it's going to be, you know, interrupting anything. Even if it was going to be over the concession, they were going to crane it over and handle everything, so it wasn't going to be an issue on anybody else.
Vanessa, what about the power?
There's no power in there, it's just storage.
The office and the container?
Oh, well, if you'd like to AC it, that would be fine. We could put a little like
Have to be its own
tournament thing,
building.
like Vero, what is it? Vero has
It's
it.
going to be
like a
our
little
hurricane
tournament thing.
shelter.
We're gonna get Mal a go-kart and have him zoom around like Tom.
Well, pretty soon I'm not going to be able to walk, so.
No, we're gonna get him a golf cart and deck it all out, so he can.
Football fields up north, where they have the shipping container cut in half and they use it for their,
We just saw that.
Yeah,
it's super cool, isn't it?
Yeah, we just saw, we were at a field up in Palm City. They had this big container and it was cut in the front. Like the face was cut out. So you just had this part of it, this part of it, and they had benches in there. It was like a little,
Yeah, they
like a
had fake grass.
dugout, it almost looked
They
like.
they had fake grass and it's where all the fans sit, so you're protected from the rain for the most part, except for, you know.
I mean, it was so
sideways.
cool to see this thing. It was,
Wow. With the shipping
It does
container.
get hot.
it was like a shipping container or something.
now.
Oh, yeah.
They like do
Tiny
all
house.
kinds of things. No, I would do a drywall thing and then have it separated, so like the brick, you know, for the competitive coaches can have their little side, and then we get the rest for all storage and everything, and his golf cart.
My golf cart, yeah.
Unique.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on one of these little
Oh, the thing that Tom
scooter
had?
things.
Yeah, that's right, he'd kill himself.
All righty, if nobody has anything else,
No, you're safe for now.
call to order, well, a motion to adjourn the competitive portion at
7:33.
7:33. If somebody would like to.
Make the motion? Make a motion to adjourn the competitive portion of the meeting at 7:34 PM.
I second that motion.
All righty, we're adjourned.